responsibly. DRS applies.
Galway Bay FM Sports News with the N17 Superstores, Milltown, Galway and Ballina. This May, get €50 off every €500 spent on furniture. For details, see n17superstores.ie.
Starting with Gaelic Games, a change of venue has been announced for the Westbourne Under-19 A-League final between Knocknacarra and Mauchillen. The game will be now played in Moycullen at 7:30, not Killannon as originally scheduled. Last night, Monavea Abbey won the North Board Under-19 Beach League Championship. They beat Cortland Sharmarks 4-10 to 3-12 in Tuam Stadium. And in Division 1 of the County Football League, Clare Galway went top with a 113 to 1-7 win over Milltown. Moving to soccer, Holy Rosary College Montpellier take on Coláiste na Curba in the FAI School's first year Shield final. That's on this afternoon in Moynville. The game kicks off at 12 noon. In golf, latest from the North of Ireland Men's Amateur Open Championship, Mikey Greeley is level par after 11 holes. He is now just a shot behind the leader. I was going to say William O'Riordan was 3 shots clear, but in fact he's just double bogeyed. He is on 1 under alongside Scott Jones, and then you have a group of 6 players on level par. In squash, the Paddywhack West of Ireland Open continues at Galway Lawn Tennis Club this afternoon. And finally, racing at Punchestown, our tip Captain Speech runs in the 650.
Galway Bay FM weather with Kia Renmore, offering a huge range of quality used cars from leading brands. Plus, make the switch to electric with 0% finance on all used EVs. Visit Kia Renmore to test drive your new car today.
Rather chilly this morning with a cool and blustery northeasterly wind and sunshine and showers through the morning and afternoon with highest temperatures 8 to 11 degrees. And any showers will gradually clear away as fresh northwesterly winds begin to ease with plenty of clear spells developing. Lowest temperatures of 3 to 7 degrees. It's time now for your job spot.
The Job Spot on Galway Bay FM.
To advertise a job listing on Galway Bay FM, please contact reception on 091 770000 or email info@galwaybayfm.ie. Job spot listings can be heard each day at 11:15 and 3:45, or see all listings on galwaybayfm.ie. The Galway Bay FM Job Spot, building careers one step at a time.
If you need any phone numbers or email addresses, please call our reception on 091 770077. Search hashtag Galway Jobs on social media or go to galwaybayfm.ie/jobspot.
You're listening to Galway Bay FM and this is Galway Talks with John Morley. I want to remind you that we want you to help us shape the music you hear every day here on Galway Bay FM, and this is how you can do it and win our next €300 one for all voucher. Visit galwaybayfm.ie or our social channels, take the survey. Every song you score gives you another chance to win a €300 one for all voucher, and taking part is easy. Listen to the songs, score the songs in the survey and win. The more songs you score, the better your chances are. Your feedback helps us to understand what you enjoy most, and it's a simple way to have your say while enjoying the music you already love. You can get involved anytime and from anywhere. Follow Galway Bay FM on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok for updates, reminders and exclusive content, and you could win that €300 one for all voucher. Now though, it's time for financial advice, and I'm joined by Dave McCarthy from McCarthy and Associates in Woodkey. Dave, we're starting with an issue here. Why is there €4.5 billion invested in prize bonds?
That's a very good question, and a lot of people do hold prize bonds, and some of them have large amounts in prize bonds. The first thing is that the payout, or the potential for winning a prize, is approximately 1% of the total amount that's in there. So that's what the odds that you're up against. The other thing too is that prize bonds obviously are secure. You can withdraw the money at any stage and there's no risk to them. But it's not an investment. Like putting large amounts of money into prize bonds is ridiculous because you're not getting any return on it, and the possibility of you winning is so small. Sometimes you'll hear people saying, "Oh, well, I won 40 or 50 euro and maybe 10,000 in there." That's not a return. So it's fine for small amounts of money, but for 4.5 billion to be invested in something just because it's secure and the idea of winning doesn't make any sense. So leaving large amounts of money in there, I don't recommend at all. It's not an investment.
Question in: my husband is very secretive about our finances. He's the only income earner as I am a housewife. What can I do about it?
Yeah, this is a very concerning question. Obviously somebody in a relationship and this couple are married, doesn't matter whether they're married or not, long-term relationship, and one person is relying on the other for their income because there's only one income earner coming into the house. Being secret about your finances is a very distressing issue for the other person. So there could be other areas of the relationship that might relate to control. We don't know, but just looking at pure financial aspect of it. You need to go obviously and get advice from somebody to hopefully convince your partner to open up, because they might be covering up something negative in the sense that there might be issues there in terms of their finances, maybe excessive borrowings or that they're not even aware of. So all I could say in that case is try to talk to your husband to open up about this, and if not, try and bring somebody else into the equation who might influence him. But you need to be aware of what's going on with your finances.
Another question. I'm a PAYE worker. I have never done a tax return, and I do not know if maybe I might be owed a refund from revenue. What do you suggest?
A lot of PAYE workers wouldn't have completed tax returns because they wouldn't have had a need to. But on the other side, you could be due some money back. For example, maybe you've never claimed medical expenses. Maybe your tax credits were wrong for a period of time, period of years. I'd say maybe initially you might want to go to an accountant to give you advice. It's worth paying the once-off fee so that you understand whether or not you have maybe money due to you. You can do your own tax returns. It's not as difficult as people might think, or you can go in and just talk to the revenue about it and they'll give you advice. But I think it's worth doing a tax return even if you've nothing to return. Maybe just start off with claiming medical expenses and just see, is there something in there going back over a number of years that I can get a rebate? Because revenue do keep saying that there are considerable sums that have never been rebated to people. So I would suggest maybe you should get professional advice to start off with.
Another question. I have an investment with the life company which I took out 3 years ago. It has only increased by 2%, but there are fees being deducted from it every year. Surely I should not be paying a fee if I'm not making money.
That's the problem with these types of investments. But that person has a unit-linked investment. You're paying management fees. Usually that'll be maybe anywhere from 0.75 to 1.25 or 1.5%, depending on what you're invested in of your fund. So whether you're making money or you're not making money, those fees are payable. There are other investments out there which don't have annual fees attached to them, would have a different structure, different tax structure, and also there wouldn't be an entry fee, which in the case of unit-linked fund is a 1% government levy. So unfortunately, yes, there's nothing you can do about it as long as you're with that investment. If you're going to move out of it, just be careful of early encashment fees. But unfortunately, management fees on this type of investors are not just about when you're making money. They take the fee out whether you're making money or you're not making money.
Another question. I'm about to inherit a house from my uncle who died last year. The solicitor has told me there is inheritance tax owed of €50,000. I don't have that money. What options do I have?
This is a difficult situation because that person's relationship to their uncle is not like obviously a parent to child, where they would have only had a 32,500 tax-free inheritance level, and they're now expected or will have to pay inheritance of 50,000. So what are your options? Well, one is you sell the house and you just obviously pay the tax in it because you can't get away from paying this tax. Secondly, you maybe borrow against it so that you can pay the tax on it. Or maybe you can come to an arrangement with somebody who can lend you the money, but you either borrow the money or you sell the house. If you want to retain the house, borrowing it is the only thing you can do, but you will have to pay that 50,000 and it'll have to be done within a number of months.
Another question. I have savings of €80,000 on deposit. I intend to use that money to buy a house in the next few years. My banker advising me to put that money into an investment they have. Is it a good idea?
No, that's not a good idea, because if you were looking to use that money within the next few years, investing the money is not your priority. It's having access to it so that you will be able to buy a house. I always say one thing. When somebody asks me a question like this, or what they should do with the money, first thing you establish, are you a saver or an investor? What's the difference? A saver is somebody who's saving money for whatever purpose, and also maybe saving money to buy a house. An investor is somebody who can invest the money for a period of time, usually about 5 years, and doesn't need the funds within that time. This listener, in my opinion, is a saver because they have an objective for the money, which is ultimately to buy a house within a few years' time. The other thing is, if you put it into an investment and you want to come out within usually within 5 to 6 years, depending on what it is, there will be early encashment penalties, and there will be charges attached to it. Go back to the previous listener who was paying management fees on an investment. So I would say going that route is totally unsuitable for you. You're not going to get much in terms of a return on the money, because you should leave it on deposit so you will be able to access it when you need to buy a house. But the return on the monies is not the issue, in my opinion. It's having accessibility for that money is the most important thing. Don't put it into an investor and tie it up for a period of time.
Another question. I own a holiday apartment overseas. I have a will made in Ireland. Should I have a second will to cover the apartment?
Good question. Depends on where the apartment is. There are some countries which require you to have a will made in relation to the asset that's within that country. So, if, for example, just having a will in Ireland may not suffice. Then again, it might. So the first protocol I would say is go to your Irish solicitor and ask them. Now, they may not be familiar with the laws in the country that you have the apartment, or they might. The second part then is to check in the country where you have the apartment, say if it's Spain, Portugal or wherever, with a lawyer. Do I need to have a will in that country to cover the property when they die? Because you can encounter all sorts of issues if you die intestate, i.e. without a will relating to that property in that country. The Irish will may not be sufficient.
And just on another issue that has crossed my attention, the Communications Workers Union fears that artificial intelligence is decimating jobs amid concerns that 720 jobs are at risk at outsourcing firm Covalent, which provides services to social media giant Meta. Should we be warned in terms of our job security with AI, Dave, or does it provide another industrial revolution for us that can only be a good thing?
I think, well, first of all, AI is here to stay. How we deal with the potential for job losses, or how people's jobs adjust with AI within the environment that they're working in, it's really a work in progress at the moment. Just give you another example, which is the same idea and the same issue. I saw recently South Korea is a very progressive country, technologically wise. They're way ahead of most other countries. And they're saying now 10% of jobs in South Korea, or 10% of the workforce in South Korea, are robots. So they have robot technology that's so advanced that it's doing a lot of the work that's out there. Now that can, and taking up a lot of the tasks, that can be a very good thing. It can free up people to work less hours, but you don't want to see it where, so they're, do want to see people losing their jobs. So they are looking very seriously at how they're going to deal with that. And it's a very current issue for them. That'll show you how advanced they are. The one for us, I think, is obviously the most important issue probably for us is not maybe robot technology as much, but as AI is going to certainly reduce the amount of time people may be spending in their jobs in the future, but you don't want to see that somebody's going to be at the loss of some of their income as a result of it.
All right, Dave McCarthy of McCarthy Associates in Woodkey, thanks for joining us on Galway Talks this morning. Keep your texts and WhatsApps coming into us on 086 3833 553. You can also phone reception on 091 77 00